Hi there, it's Karen Rose Kabelka here. I just wanted to talk to you about intuition or anxiety. Today, I want to talk to you about what comes up a lot in the spiritual path, and that is the difference between intuition and anxiety. Because sometimes we feel the strong inner push, this impulse, this nudge, and we think, oh my goodness, is this my intuition? Am I supposed to act on this right now? And we get confused. But not every impulse is intuition. Sometimes it is fear, sometimes it is old conditioning, sometimes it's our nervous system feeling overwhelmed. And sometimes, let's be honest, it's anxiety wearing a sparkly spiritual hat. And I say this with love because I have been there too. I have second guessed myself. And one of the things I have learned a lot on my own healing journey and spiritual path is that intuition does not usually come through chaos. It may come through strongly, yes. It may feel clear. It may feel like a knowing, but it does not usually feel frantic, desperate, rushed, or like everything is going to fall apart if you do not act immediately. It says you have to fix this right now. You have sent the message right now. You have to make the decision right now, and you have to know the whole answers right now. But intuition is different. Intuition feels more like a calm inner knowing. It may be quiet, but it keeps gently returning. It does not scream over your life. It waits for you to become still enough to hear. That is why I believe the pause is so important. Before we act, before we make the choice, before we say yes, before we say no, before we leap into something, sometimes the most spiritual thing we can do is pause. Take a breath, step away from the noise, let the distractions settle, let the emotional storm pass a little. Come back into your body, come back into your heart, come back into your own energy. Because when the chaos clears, the truth often becomes much easier to hear. I like to ask myself, if this fear pushing me or is it my soul guiding me? That is one question you can change that will change everything. Fear pushes, intuition guides. Fear rushes, intuition steadies. Fear feels like panic, intuition feels like truth. Fear says, do it now or else. Intuition says, this is the way, and you will know when to move. There's that little inner knowing in your heart. And sometimes your intuition will tell you to act. Absolutely. Sometimes you will get that clean, aligned impulse when your whole being says, yes, this is it. But there's a difference between a clean soul impulse and a reaction that comes from overwhelm. A clean soul impulse usually feels grounded, even if it stretches you and there is something peaceful underneath it. A fear based impulse usually feels tight. It feels pressure. It feels like you are trying to outrun discomfort. So, here's a simple little practice you can try. The next time you feel strong impulses, do not judge it the right way. Don't judge it like right away. Give it time. Just pause and ask, where is this coming from? Then notice your body. Is it tight in your chest? Is your stomach clenched? Are your thoughts racing? Do you feel like you have to act immediately? Or do you feel a quiet knowing, a steady pull, a strong yes? A sense that everything you are feeling is, are you nervous? Is there something deeper that feels aligned? Those are the kind of things you can ask yourself. That is where the wisdom lies, in that inner knowing in your heart and your soul. And please remember, intuition doesn't have to be dramatic to be real. Sometimes intuition is not a lightning bolt, it's a little whisper. Sometimes it's a repeated thought. Sometimes it's the book you keep feeling called to write, the course you feel called to create, the healing you keep putting off, the boundary you keep knowing you need, the version of yourself that feels like it's the keeps tapping like on your door. And when the noise settles, you may realize your soul has been speaking all along. And so, what I wanted to say is that I want to invite you to stop forcing the answers and start creating space that for the answers to arise. Clear the distractions, quiet the chaos, come back to yourself and then listen, because your intuition doesn't need to compete with the noise. It needs your presence. If the message spoke to you, I would love for you to comment below. Fear pushes, intuition guides. And if you're on a healing, spiritual, and intuitive development journey, you are in the right place. So I'm Karen Rose Kabelka, author, spiritual medium, tarot reader, and certified life coach. I'm an author of 4 books and 20 spiritual guidebooks. And I also have a free online community where I have free courses on meditation and intuitive development called The Unbreakable Souls, and the link is in the description. Thank you for being here, beautiful souls. Have yourself a great day.